Hello YouTube, welcome to Market Watch. This is your weekly segment, bi-weekly segment. We're talking about the Digimon card game market. We had an Ultimate Cup which blew everybody's minds this weekend, and we're going to talk about it because it impacts the prices. And besides a little bit of hype here and there, some good deals to grab, you guys know what to expect. So if you like this content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on to smash potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos go live. Omnimons to start off, nothing too crazy. The Blitz Omnis are dropping, which is neat. I'll say that. Gives you some time to pick them up. Omnimon X Antibody Alt-Art from BT10 also dropping. It was like 30. Now it's quite low. You might want to consider grabbing them now because more and more decks are seeing play, as we'll talk about very shortly. Now, to address the elephant in the room, the elephant being no Bloomlord in top 16 of the Ultimate Cup. Two things happened, in my opinion. The first thing that happened is everybody was prepared for it. And the second thing that happened, Bloomlord does require some brain cells to play. Unlike other decks that are more linear, like you build your stack, you go along the way, like War Gray X goes Burr, Metal Gray X goes ping, 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 all the way up the stack. Everything else at top, while it's not the most skill-based deck ever, it does require brain cells. So I think if people's brain cells when they're playing this deck weren't working, combine that with the fact that people were playing all sorts of Floodgate-like cards and knew how to beat this matchup, and probably playtested the hell against this matchup, it was a rough day for Bloomlord Mon. It's a rough event. Now, that being said, I still think this deck can make a resurgence, and if people start sleeping on it, it will destroy you. So just keep that at the back of your head. Now, onto the pricing part of this. Yeah, it's starting to wiggle down a little bit, the price. Starting to wiggle down a little bit. You can see it. I wouldn't grab this card yet, to be honest. And if you're interested in Metallic Dramon for some reason, it's $3 and going up. I have no idea why this card is so expensive. If you guys know why this card is so expensive, please let me know. But the card I want to talk about was Hydramon. I was out of order. But Hydramon here, still probably the most super. It is the most super rare. Oh boy, it's the most expensive super rare card in EX3. Seems to be on the dip, definitely based on this performance. But we've seen what happens with the odd EX super rare, like Sakuyamon EX2, tends to retain its price, even go up a little bit. Just keep your eyeballs on Hydramon. I mean, if you want to grab them for $5.50, if you can try to wiggle people down to $5, you probably can. But there is some resistance. People don't want to spend $6-7 on this card, so you could use that to your advantage. War Greymon X Antibody. Obviously, it won. It did win. I made a video, like, 10 days ago now or something like that, where I said that Wargray X was a good deck. And I don't think people, really believed me, so I hope that people listen to me more. And when I say something is tier 1, you better listen. Because whoever won the event and came third the event with Wargray X knew what they were doing. By extension, this guy wasn't worried about Armor Rush. Magnamon X wasn't worried about that kind of stuff. He had cards to deal with Bloomlord, and in my opinion, these decks, if piloted properly, just beat Melga. And when I say these decks, I mean Wargray X, and of course my homeboy, Ancient Greymon. It seems like we're reverting back to like a BT9-ish format, which is hilarious. Nonetheless, this card's going to be out of control for a little bit. I'd recommend just getting the base rarity if you want to play the deck. It's really easy. It's a great deck to play. Not a lot of brain cells required. If you want to teach people how to get into the game, a budget deck that can do it, you can make it more budget. Don't play Death Xmon. That's a meme. But you can cut down on certain cards and you can be fine, in my opinion. It's not one of the more expensive decks out there compared to others. Alright. Speaking of expensive decks, Examon also not a single place in top 16. Nothing. And the price is already dropping. It's already going down. It's at 47, 48. The regular is at 45. Um, I would wait for the prices to keep falling unless next week's Ultimate Cup or this Saturday coming's Ultimate Cup blows us away and Examon all of a sudden takes over. This card will keep going down in price. I would probably just wait it out, in my opinion. But if you're at the event and you hear when that Xmon's doing good, you might want to pull the trigger. But until then, no, I wouldn't worry about it. Takado here seems to be cooling off, as you guys can see. This is a good time to grab this card. Gallantmon did come 9th at the Ultimate Cup, which is cool. But BT12 Gallantmon is the way. It's the way. It is definitely the way. Rika is way down. Way down, but to be fair, not by too much. People are trying to fire sell. I would take advantage of this, and I would spend 20 bucks if you can on Rika's. That's a steal. It's a very good price for this card. Next, How the Mighty Have Fallen. I hope we've understood that Dark Knightmon X has no place in top-tier competitive, circulation. It just doesn't. And the price is falling because of that. I'd still wait it out, to be honest. It's not done falling. Pre-release Miko is at an all-time low, and it keeps going down. However, there is some real cool stuff with the BT11 yellow-purple stuff and Mikos. So you might want to make sure you can grab copies of these for like 10 bucks. It might not be a bad idea down the road. Speaking of Jesmon, 20 bucks. Jesmon GX is on the down. When its own deck, aka Jesmon, can't even do anything, yeah, the price is going to fall. Yes, it's seeing play in Armor Rush. That's great. Armor Rush did top the event. That's really nice. I think I got 2 spots in the top. That's very, very nice. But yeah, it's going down in price. So it's probably going to keep going down a little bit longer. We're going to talk about Jesmon a little more later on. So stay tuned. Cordramon. Yeah. The hype is starting to fade away on this card. I hope you had them while they were high, because that was a good time to get rid of them. Because unless Xmon starts doing anything, this card will drop back down in price for a bit. Venusmon is going up in price. Had a bit of a hype price, as you guys can see. They were selling for quite high very, very, very recently. You know what I mean? Now, the price is retaining at around this price. People were playing Venusmon and topping with it this weekend. I am sure that people will continue to play Venusmon and continue to do wonderful things with it in this format. You might want to spend 30-ish bucks and grab your copies of this card. It's an awkward time when Black War Greymon was the anticipated king of the EX3 format before a ban list nuked Shoutmon Cross off the map. And here we are. Black War Greymon now suffering as a result of it. The price is downward trend. Wait for the falling knife to fall to its lowest point. Buy your copies at that point, because BT11 Black War Greymon is a completely different ball game. If you guys think about it, BT11 isn't that far away. Chimeramon also, nobody's really playing it. A couple top spots kind of took it, but nothing crazy. Again, it's falling knife right now. Get them while you can, and monitor the price to see if you get a deal on them. Ancient Garurumon is also falling for some reason. I just bought this. I saw it. I was like, that's really cool. If you guys want Ancient Garurumons, grab them. Why not? Why not? Collectible? Why not? There's a damaged fly bullet for 9 bucks, but then there's a near mint one for 10 bucks. I'm really happy that I was kind of wrong about this card. It is falling a lot. But if anything happens, this card's going up. So I think 10 bucks. I've said enough. I'll say it again. If you want your Altar Fly Bullets, you grab your Altar Fly Bullets. Salamon here keeps falling from the Tournament Pack 7, as we predicted. There's a little Panama in the picture there. That's all I want to say on that. Just keep waiting on these Tournament Pack 7 cards. There's still more Tournament Pack 7 to be had. Megadeth had a buyout at last week, and as you guys can see, people were going into it. They really were. But it seems like the price has stabilized. It's a $5-6 card now. If you have Mega Deaths just lying around or something, you probably sell them. I probably wouldn't touch this card right now, to be honest. Savior Huckmon is a Justmon card. But just my reminder to you that Event Pack 3 is being circulated. There's absolutely no reason to spend any money on these Event Pack 3 cards right now. Especially this one. This card will tank like a rock really soon. Justmon had no spots in the top 16 of the Ultimate Cup. I'm not saying the deck is bad or anything. Maybe people are having a bad day. I don't know. But, you know, nobody has faith in the price. That's why they were selling for up here. Then the tournament concluded. Now they're selling for down here. You can probably get them for even cheaper than that, in my opinion. Viximon here is kind of at a reasonable price, if you want my opinion. It is still technically seeing play right now. I think if you get them privately for like $20 or less, you're doing really good. I think this card will explode one day, is my opinion. And there's one more thing I forgot to mention. I'll mention it now real quick. With Justmon is a Royal Knight. Royal Knight support is BT13. We don't really know what's coming. And also, I think EX4 started getting leaked or something. So we're still a little bit away from BT13 reveals. But things like maybe this, things like maybe Justmon GX might be good grabs for the long term. I talked about that already, I'm pretty sure. At least on stream I have. Follow me on Twitch if you haven't. But just always pay attention to the future, because you guys can get some good deals if you pay attention to the future. Anyway, that's it for Market Watch. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys, and we are out of here. Have a wonderful day.